Well, hey, and welcome to Metal Mercers Road for Wednesday, April 26, 2017. How the hell are ya? Welcome to Metal Mercers Road podcast. I think this is the 32nd edition, I believe, if I remember to count right. Yeah, it's a fucking Wednesday of all days to do a fucking podcast. I figured I got a few minutes here. I wasn't able to bang one out on Saturday, so I figured I may as well get her on to go today, right? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones we used to know. It's been snowing all week. It is end of April, so I kind of thought we were done with all that stuff, but hey, I guess not. How's your week going? Did you have a good week? Were you working hard? Were you banging out some papers in your cubicle, getting the fucking printer all jammed up and having a big freak out and throwing your fucking, your monitor across the room? Or maybe somebody in the cubicle next to you is talking super loud and being really annoying, and, maybe they're not even speaking your language, so you don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. How fucking rude is that, eh? I was coming home last night, and I bought these, like, those Rubbermaid containers, like, the big plastic ones with the big lids on them from Home Depot. I was at Home Depot getting a couple electrical parts for my dad for his garage today, which I'll be doing after the podcast, but that's neither here nor there, right? My point was, I was coming in last night, and there's a car parked in front of the condo building here, and which tends to happen sometimes. It's all good. So I come in, I'm carrying this big ass fuck off fucking container full of shit in it, and I get to the door, and there's a guy waiting in the lobby, an Asian fellow, if you will. So he's got a bag of Chinese food, I guess. I was like, "What's in the bag?" He's like, "Chinese food." I'm like, "That sounds really good." So I guess whoever he was trying to deliver the fucking the Chinese food to, they didn't have a buzzer or whatever, so being the good fellow that I am, I fucking, put my big box down, put my key in the fucking key lock, click it open for Buddy, and I'm like, "Hey, it's open for you there." So he literally fucking just opens the door and, like, just about closes it on me. I'm like, "Hey, thanks for holding the door, buddy." Fucking asshole, Fucking, and then he just looked at me, didn't say anything. Well, it is what it is, right? Fucking ignorant cunt, but, yeah, so that was my night last night, and, of course, fucking Paulie No Tooth still hasn't found jobs on the job front. I gotta get a printer, I gotta go start banging on doors again, and there's no way to fucking apply for jobs just, via email or whatever. You gotta go down there and, grease the wheels and start kicking indoors, and not kicking indoors, but you know what I mean. Putting in the word for yourself and showing off your beautiful manscaping that you did last night or the night before or whatever, I like to keep the beard a little bit trimmer these days because it sucks eating food, man. When you got a big-ass beard, you're like trying to get your fucking sandwich in there, and it just doesn't fucking work any time at all. So, no matter if there is bacon on it or not. So... other than that, been over roughing in my dad's garage, ran a little bit of PVC conduit, put in a little sub panel in his garage. I almost got the pipe done. It's going back. It goes under the ground. We go PVC down to the ground, then up onto the side of the house with some EMT, and I bought a 3/4 inch bender, and I just fucking bent it around the house and got some LBs and that kind of thing. And last night I went to Home Depot and picked up the wire for Dad, so he's got to reimburse me for that. But yeah, other than that, we were working on the garage. I think it was I think it was Monday. I've kind of been stuck at the condo here because, like, I did have a water leak there I was talking about on the previous podcast, and the guys were in fixing the drywall. Last night they came in, or yesterday they came in and painted it, so... And then this fellow Mark is going to help me with my front area that wasn't fixed right. Probably about 3 years ago I had tenants in here. And yeah, so it wasn't fixed right. So it's got to get repaired properly. And I think he likes beer. So I think he's a newfie. So should be pretty easy fellow to get along with for the most part, right? There's only been a few fucking newfies that I haven't really got along with, you know. I mean, every group has their assholes, right? But for generally speaking, most people I think are really friendly down there, and it's a good community and all that. And we were roughing in that pipe, or I was roughing in that pipe. I was digging a hole. Dad came and helped me dig a bit of the hole, and then he put on some siding so I could run my LB in through the garage there. And I do have a lovely little coffee here. Doesn't it piss you off when people like sip their coffee and they like make noises after and like it's really good coffee. Or they like sit there and blow on it. That, or I can't stand people fucking slurping their soup either. That drives me up the fucking wall. But that's just me. What are some of your pet peeves, huh? Do you like it when your 4-year-old keeps you up all night, you know, wakes you up early? Is that a pet peeve of yours? I have no fucking idea. I don't have kids, and there's definitely no plans in the near future to have kids. In fact, I think Sage has got to go get snipped here because I think I smell some of that. You know, he's got that male fucking stink thing going on. He likes to spray. I don't know where he sprays, but like I mopped the fucking place yesterday, and I smelled good for a day, and then now it's kind of back. And I think one of those big litter containers too. I kind of got an open litter container now, so it's kind of maybe the smell dissipates a little more out of there, but. So a nice contained one, actually one of those Rubbermaid containers would work great. Just cut a hole in that, and you know, there you go. You pull off the lid and clean his turds out of there, and away you go. Yeah. So fuck. I was running this pipe back to the fucking conduit. I was running this fucking conduit, and my brother he bought this minivan. A Honda no, it's not a CRV because a CRV is a SUV. Whatever the fucking Honda minivan is, CRX? No, that's not it either. I have no idea. But anyway, he bought this minivan, and his deal is he's gonna throw a bed, and he's bought this little it's like a little mini kitchen almost. You like pull it out and like sets up. It's got a full sink, a full like little hand water pump on it and stuff. It's pretty fucking nice. I like it. And but he was cutting in. He's trying to like barricade off his windows to his van, and he's just fixing up the van slowly as he goes. And so he was cutting this I guess what is it, like, you know, those boards, you know, the kids use them for science fairs and shit, you know, they're big. I don't know, they're like poster board. There you go. It's like that big poster board shit. So he cut all that out, and then he sliced his hand open pretty good and was bleeding all over the fucking place. And of course, being the natural fucking asshole comedian jerk off that I am, I went over and said, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, did you have a boo-boo?" And then, yeah, he had his thumbs all wrapped, or his fingers all wrapped up. I don't even know which fucking finger it was. But, so, yeah, and then I go in the garage and grab some tools or some other tools I was looking for, and head back over to my little conduit job there for the old man. And I'm drilling in this anchor into the side of the house, and I usually drill when I install conduit. I will drill like through the one hole strap, and then usually when you pull the drill back out of the concrete hole that you've just drilled, you pull the strap back off, and so the strap was caught on the drill bit, so it sliced my fucking thumb. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? It's fucking gross. And then my other finger there is all fucked, so my hand's all fucked up. And then I got a sliver in that finger, but you don't give a shit about that, right? It's a sliver. Grow the fuck up, you pussy. Get it out with a needle or whatever you gotta do. You know, be a man. We got the tickets for our show coming up June 17th. It's the Statue of Demir CD release party, and really excited about this one. We're on the bill with Leave the Living, Train Bigger Monkeys, and Without Mercy, and of course Concrete Funeral. We just had some new art drawn up by Vile Arts, I think. Vile Drawings, maybe? Something Vile. But he did a pretty killer job. Really happy about that. We kind of had a big launch yesterday trying to get people to share it and that, and I think it had over 3,000 views or something, 3,500. I think it must be up to 35 now. So that's really good. We got some people entering into a contest. You can win a free brand new shirt that we got coming in. We placed some orders, so we got some new excuse me, merch on the way. So pretty excited about that. And you can win a free shirt if you share the page and name our guy. We're trying to figure out a cool name for him, so the winner has to share the original post on the Concrete Funeral Facebook page, try and name our guy in the comments. So we'll be announcing a winner. I'm not sure when we're going to announce one, but we definitely will. So get yourself a free shirt, and then we're also doing a deal. We'll sell a ticket for June 17th and one of our new shirts we can do it for $30. So that's pretty fucking killer deal. I mean, you'll pay $30 for a t-shirt in the store easy, you know. Dress shirt, you pay fucking whatever, $100, $60. So I mean, for $30, half of a fucking dress shirt, you can come down and see some fucking amazing killer bands. One coming in from Abbotsford, Without Mercy, and Leave the Living's coming down from Red Deer, and then Tower House fucking packed fucking lineup with Statue, Concrete, and Train Bigger Monkeys. So I mean, it's fucking a no-brainer if you like to rock out every now and then. And hey, even if you don't, it's a pretty cool experience. Even if you're just gonna come out the one time, just to say you did, you know, just to say you got out of the fucking house for a day. God forbid you did. What about, it was the Calgary 420 Music Fest this past weekend. I didn't get a chance to go down, unfortunately. Been pretty busy, hence why the fucking podcast is late. I apologize for that, but I'll do another one here in 4 days and round out the number. Keep this fucking roll going here. I always have to be creating something, man. I don't know what it is. I'm creative. I don't know what it is. I have that in me. I like to create stuff, whatever it is, build stuff. It's just been instilled in my blood from a young age. And hey, old fucking Polly Puckface is gonna play some hockey tomorrow night. My old buddy Patrick Ezekiel invited me out to make a return to my old hockey team, which is the Stars. So pretty excited about that. You know, they drafted me first year back in the day, and you know, I haven't been playing puck for about a year now. So I was training martial arts a lot there, but I really miss hockey, and hockey was always my first love ever. Hockey will always be my number one love. You know, before any girl, before any pussycat. Or my putty cat. And, you know, speaking of which, old Sage has got to get fucking snipped. So, yeah, that's what I was talking about before. That fucking smell. And fuck, I may as well get snipped too, eh? I'm fucking, how old am I now? 32? 32? Don't have any kids. Not involved with anybody that wants, or that you know, wants kids or wants more kids. I don't really want kids. I don't know. I don't see a reason, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I would be open to the idea if I don't know. I just don't know if it'll ever happen. It's a lot of responsibility, you know. 18 years. You know, I just got my first cat this year, so, you know, maybe I should make sure that he's going to make it before I, maybe, I don't know. Courtney's got 2 kids, and they're great, and that's kind of, I think that's as far as I go with that. I mean, I remember one time I faked to my mom. I told her that I got cut or whatever, that I can't have kids, and she just about lost her shit. But I don't know, she has high hopes, I think, for me having children, but I don't see it. You know, you ever meet somebody and you think they're like somebody, but then you really, really get to know them, and then you're like, or you kind of see things they do, and then you're like, you know, I don't know, maybe you're not all what you say you are or pretend you are, and you know, you start to see somebody for who they really are. And I'm not pointing out anybody specific here, but I'm just kind of making a general statement, because you do meet a lot of people, you know, that'll be super nice to your face and kind of tell you what you want to hear. But, you know, that's not really always best, I don't think. You want to have some people around you that can, you know, tell you to buck up your socks or you know, whatever, support you to get to the next level. And I think that's really important in anything, in relationships, bands, and hockey teams, and, you know, we're kind of, whether you like it or not, all in this together. And you know, there's no reason to single anybody out or I don't even know what I'm fucking talking about, but I don't know. It's just like, I don't know, you just meet people that they're just not who they say they are or who they pretend they are. Maybe they said they were gonna do this thing, and then they go off and do the other. I don't know. And maybe I'm just as guilty as anybody else, but we all learn from mistakes. And, you know, I think there's just a certain point when you reach with certain people that it's like, you know what, I think our friendship or relationship or whatever has run its course here, and it's time for me and you to move on. And I think that's a better, or maybe you just stop talking to them. That's fucking easier, right? And you know how you like always to take the easy way out, right? All right. God. Hopefully this podcast is a little bit interesting. But let's get into the the fucking Calgary metal scene. It was the Calgary 420 festival. Like I said, I didn't get to go down. I really hope they sold a lot of tickets. My buddy Jeff went down to Vern's for a sparkle party. Who would have thought? Hey, guys has like a 3-foot beard and he plays with sparkles. But who am I to judge, man? I'm all for those. I'm all for different experiences. How about you? I like to try and live my life the fullest. Which reminds me, I haven't been to the mountains in a long time, and I really need to get out there. Today is Wednesday, so maybe I'll try and get out there. Fuck, I gotta get out. I meant to go this past weekend, but I just couldn't. I had some shit I had to deal with, and I didn't get an opportunity. So today is Wednesday, April 26th, if you haven't heard, and Paulie fucking Potato Head is doing a super late podcast. I'm 4 days late, I think, and then it'll be 4 days till the next one. All right, so Thursday night, April 27, 2017, at Lord Nelson's, The West of Hell, Revenger, Acostal, and Thrashadactyl is at 7:30. Bands are at 8:30. I'm pretty sure that might be Thrashadactyl's last show, but don't quote me on that. I think the lead singer, or maybe it's just his last show and he fucking fills the vocals or something. I don't know what's going on with those guys, but apparently he met a lover. And then he went down to where did he go? I don't know where he went. Thailand? I have no idea. But anyway, he went and met some girl from a different country. And this is I have no idea. I don't talk to this person. This is just from my Facebook knowledge and information I have gathered throughout the day. So he met a girl. He moved down to a different country, bought her a ring, met her, knew her for like a short amount of time, and then I guess he folded his band, and now he's moving down to fucking Thailand or wherever the fuck he is. I have no idea. Costa Rica, I have no idea. Don't you just love my fucking ignorance and my lack of knowledge, if you will? This is just all pulling from the shitstorm in my head. So anyway, yeah. But my point I wanted to get to was that I think I've been in this boat before. One time, I met a girl and she was actually from Newfoundland. Me and my buddy went down there and we partied 2 weeks in Newfoundland. Pretty much hit George Street up every day. And we met these two girls, and they were sisters. And we brought them... Yeah, they were sisters. And we brought them back they brought us back to their house. And we started drinking and that, and then we kind of realized that the matchup wasn't working out. So it was me and my buddy, these two sisters. The one girl was a little bit older, the one girl was a little bit younger. And my buddy was with I was with the older one, and he was with the younger one. And then our personalities kind of didn't match, and so we switched. We switched, and we carried on about our business. And anyway, once again, I think I fell like head over feet for this girl. I'm an idiot. Don't ever do that. So anyway, we were talking, so I flew back to Calgary or whatever, came back home, and we kept in touch and talked, and there was lots of talk about, I don't know, who we were fooling or who she was fooling or who, I don't know. I was into it. I thought she was too, but once again, I've been fooled. I've been fooled before. So anyway, we talked for about a year on the phone, and then I went back down to Newfoundland about a year later, because it is a fun place, right? And we went to George Street again and partied it up, of course, again. And yeah, so this girl, then she didn't talk to me at all once I actually flew down there and actually wanted to like hang out again or whatever. And so yeah, so like I said, I've been fooled before, and sometimes people aren't what you think they are or who you think they are, and there's always the good and the bad with everybody. And you know, guaranteed if you pretend to be some sort of angel, and there's probably some dark shit behind there. So you know, just be careful for what you see on the surface, because you never know what's buried deep inside, right? So anyway, so on with the shows here. See, I just went on a fucking spiel there. Friday, April 28th, it's DTR with Red Cane and Sage Roads. May 4th, 2 days after me mother's birthday, Dickens Hammerfall with Delane and Ravenous. Tickets are online at concertworks.ca. Saturday, May 6th, Flame Central, Sabaton with Battle Beast and Leaves Eyes. Advance tickets at Concertworks and Blackbird Mosaic. Myozic. McEwen Hall, May 6th. We have a Bald Paul. No, we have the Descendants are playing McEwen Hall, and the show's at 7, and tickets are $41.50. They don't have an opener announced. I'm sure they got somebody. Dickens Pub, Oakley Dokley, the Press Gang, the Galacticas, and the Spruce Moose. Doors are at 9. Tickets are $18 on sale now at Dickens and Ticketfly. Fucking tickets, or prices of tickets, have been going up a little bit, which is understandable, man, I think. I mean, when you're paying usually for $10, I mean, it's harder to sell, of course, $20 tickets, but when, like, the value you get for $10 to see 4 fucking bands, sometimes 5, for $10 is fucking amazing. So it's a hell of a deal. So you can't blame guys for charging $20 to see 4 fucking killer bands that have been, you know, grinding it out for years and years on the scene. And you know, it's going to be a good show. Guys are experienced and focused, so you know, there's no reason you shouldn't be there. May 8th at Dickens Pub, HED with Kayaktis, Pervcore, and Iron Lion. Kayaktis. Fuck. Those, some band names are hard to say. Kayaktis? Pervcore. You ever seen Pervcore? They're pretty fun. They, you know, throw around dildos and balloons of dicks and shit around the show. Pretty fucking fun show if you ask me. Thursday, May 11th at Distortion Live Music Venue, The Mahones with special guests Crack the Lens, Copsicle. Tickets are on sale March 10th. What? The show's on the show's on May 11th, and tickets are on sale March 10th. Tickets are $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Distortion Live Music Venue, Assimilation Gatekeeper, Martial Law, Hazard. Oh, that's a good one. Friday, May 12th. I like that one. That one's at Distortion. I'll probably be at that one. Okay, so that's pretty much 2 weeks in advance, so there you go. Yeah, so All right. I don't know how much time we're at here. Hope you're having a good day. And I'm going to read from this book. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And it's all small stuff. And it's written by Richard Carlson, author of the best-selling Don't Sweat series. I didn't even know there was a series. Simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life. So, as per usual, I'm going to spice up the reading by inserting some profanity. There is something fucking magical that happens to the human spirit, a sense of calm that comes fucking over you. When you cease needing all the attention directed toward yourself and instead allow others to have the glory. Our need for excessive attention is that ego-centered part of us that says, look at me, I'm fucking special. My story is more interesting than yours. It's the voice inside of us that may not come right out and say it, but that wants to believe that my accomplishments are slightly more important than yours. The ego is that part of us that wants us to be seen, heard, respected, and considered special. Probably why I do this podcast, because I think I'm fucking special. Often at the expense of someone else. It's the part of us that interrupts someone else's story or impatiently waits his turn to speak so that he can bring the conversation and attention back to himself. To varying degrees, most of us engage in this habit, much to our own detriment. When you immediately dive in and bring the conversation back toward you can subtly fucking minimize the joy that person has in sharing. And in doing so, you create distance between yourself and others, and everyone loses. The next fucking time someone tells you a story or shares an accomplishment with you, notice your tendency to say something about yourself in response. Fucking Facebook's all about what I'm reading here. Although it's a difficult habit to break, it's not only enjoyable, but actually peaceful to have the quiet confidence to be able to surrender your need for attention and instead share the joy of someone else's glory. Rather than jumping right in and saying, once I did the same thing, or guess what I did today. Bite your tongue and notice what happens. Just say that's wonderful, or please tell me more. And leave it at that. The person you are speaking to will have so much more fun, and because you are so much more present, because you are listening so carefully, he or she won't feel in competition with you. The result will be that the person will feel more relaxed around you, making him or more confident as well as more interesting. You too will feel more relaxed because you won't be on the edge of your seat waiting your turn. I am guilty of this. Obviously, there are many times when it's absolutely appropriate to exchange experiences back and forth and to share in the glory and attention rather than giving it all away. I'm referring here to the compulsive need to grab it from others. Ironically, when you surrender your need to hog the glory, the attention you used to need from other people is replaced by the quiet inner confidence that is derived from letting others have it. That's a beautiful read. I like that story. I think that's really important. It's just like I don't know. I do these podcasts because I like to create. That's why I do them. I like to create. I don't really give a fuck if anybody listens to them, to be honest with you. I don't even really share them a lot. I post them to the Facebook page every now and then. I'll give them a like, but whatever. If people listen, they do. If they don't, fuck them. This is more about creating and growing for myself and connecting with who I am as a person and where my roots come from. And this is kind of taking one out of my grandpa's book, and I've taken a few notes from him, and and my dad, of course. But this creating thing runs deep in my blood, and I will always create, and I will always look for new challenges, and So anyway, let's. So this fucking Kevin O'Leary fuckface was apparently running for Prime Minister for Canada, but I guess he's quitting the federal Conservative leadership race and throwing his support behind Quebec rival Maxime Bernier. O'Leary said despite his front-runner status nationally, he doesn't have the kind of support in Quebec he thinks he needs, not just for the leadership, but for the next general election. This is obviously very disappointing for me. As someone who was born in Montreal, I had hoped I would do so much better there, O'Leary said in a statement Wednesday, only hours after informing his campaign team of his decision. O'Leary said he is supporting Bernier because of the longtime Quebec's MP's policies mirrored his own. He is perhaps the first Conservative in a long time that has a chance of winning over 40 seats, which would materially improve our chances for a majority mandate, O'Leary said. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm withdrawing my candidacy from the leadership race and throwing my full support behind Max Bernier for fucking who needs a fucking Dragon's Den fucking asshole anyway as a country leader? That's just like Canada electing fucking Donald Trump bag there or whatever. That guy's a moron. Not saying that I'm not a fucking moron, but that guy's a fucking... He's like a narcissist or something, or I don't know. He's got something weird going on. He's like a giant child, don't you think? Giant baby, if you will. Hey, baby. That's all I'm going to read about that. Fuck that guy. Fuck politics. And, I'm just going to do my own thing here. Okay, so the second round of the playoffs is in, of course. Our hometown Flames are out, unfortunately, so won't get to see them any more this playoff year, but hopefully next year we get back in. And it's pretty disappointing to get swept in 4, but I tell you, that better fucking motivate some guys. Nothing motivates a guy like getting shut down fucking 4-0. I tell you another thing I do. Maybe this is, I don't know, maybe this has something to do with like holding on to stuff, but sometimes I hold on to experiences, like bad or good, and use them as motivation to pursue what I love and enjoy. Hence my creativity part. So, I've been through a bit of, I guess, trauma. Yeah, you could call it trauma in my life for sure. I've caused some trauma too. So none of us are perfect. But yeah, nothing fucking motivates a guy like being down 4-0 is all I'm trying to say. And so my computer is a slow fucking piece of shit. And I'm going to drink some more coffee. I hope you're having a good day. It is Wednesday. It is Whiskey Wednesday or Wing Night Wednesday or fucking wacky fucking wild wingman Wednesday. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm getting a phone call here now and I'm going to have to stop the podcast. Okay, back to the podcast here. Sorry about that. I had to... that was the people from upstairs. Because they had a water leak down into my unit and they had to pay to get it fixed. So, but anyway, it looks great. The ceiling looks great. I've already talked about this on the podcast, but that was Gail. Her name was Gail. Gail and Jack, they own the condo upstairs. Apparently they're selling, so apparently there's some girl looking at it and sales kind of in limbo a little bit. But I really hope it works out for them. I hope they or manage to sell their unit, and then hopefully me sell my unit shortly after that. And so all right, so the second round of the playoffs is on. Where was I here? Second round of the playoffs, we got the Oilers and the Ducks and the Preds and the Blues for the Western Conference, and then we got the Pens and the Caps and the Rangers and who the fuck are the Rangers? Oh, and the Senators. That's right. Yeah. So 2 Canadian teams left. One being Ottawa, and the other one, of course, being the Oilers. So good luck to the Oilers, and congratulations to the Anaheim Ducks for taking out the Flames once again. Third fucking playoff year in a row, I think. Every year we go to the playoffs, the Ducks knock us out. So fuck a duck, if you will. Yeah, so the podcast, we're up to like 40 minutes now or something. I'm not even through any of my stuff. I haven't read any of my shit. Well, we did go over the shows, so maybe what I'll do, I got a few little stories here. I'll read one or two probably and call it a fucking day. It's about 3 o'clock right now on Wednesday, the 32nd fucking edition of Metal Mercers Road. All right, so here we go. This story is called from notalwaysright.com. And once again, I don't really handpick these. Well, I mean, I search a random title and then I'll just click in, like I'll look up ridiculous stories, Google search it, boom. This will come up, I'll click on it, and pretty much it's just random. So this is called tattooily unacceptable behavior. My husband owns a restaurant and I work as a hostess. A couple walks in with their young daughter, who's maybe 3 or 4, and have full sleeve tattoos on both arms and bright blue hair. I am also. Oh, this is her speaking. Pardon me. Who is maybe 3 or 4. Okay, I have sleeve tattoos. This is the hostess lady, I believe, speaking. And bright blue hair. I am also heavily pregnant. Me. So this is the tattooed blue-haired lady. Me, welcome to the restaurant, whatever, insert restaurant here. Welcome to fucking Buffalo Bills or Polly Two Shores. I don't know. That was dumb, Paul. Hello, and welcome to the restaurant. 2 adults and 1 child. The wife is staring at me, horrified. Customer, you should be ashamed. Me, excuse me? Customer, bringing a child into this world looking like that? You have no respect. I bet you're on something too. Your baby is going to have so many problems. Wow. I'm actually shocked and nearly in tears. Her husband looks mortified by her behavior. Customer's husband, to me, I am so sorry. She's usually not like this. There is no need to berate this poor woman. The woman continues to insult me over her husband's pleas. Luckily, one of our servers hears and goes and gets my husband, who is also heavily tattooed, who had been cleaning and wearing long yellow gloves. My husband, ma'am, I think you need to leave. Customer, who are you? A dishwasher. I demand to see the owner and complain about his hoodlum employees. My husband says, actually, I'm the owner and you've been insulting my wife here. Turning to her husband and daughter, you two are free to stay, but she must leave. The customer looks pointedly at her husband, who sighs heavily. Customer's husband, go home, dear. Woo! The customer stormed out angrily, cursing. Luckily, she didn't try to come back, and her husband left me a hefty tip. He just fucking ditched his wife for fucking... Well, I mean, she was being a rude cunt, so I mean... Fuck a rude cunt. All right, let's just do one more here, and then we'll splice this fucking podcast together and fucking get on with me day. Hold your tongue, or it's curtains for you. A couple of men have come into our store. I get called by a staff member to deal with them as she is feeling a bit intimidated. One of the men is rude and swearing. Hi, can I help you with anything today? Customer, we are after curtain rods and curtains. This is in brackets here. He has to be one of the heaviest He has one of the heaviest curtains we have and one of the cheapest lightweight rod sets. The rod set is more suited to a lightweight lace curtain. You will need to add extra supports, but I can't guarantee that the rod won't bend from the weight of the curtain. I can show you something more suited. Customer walking off. Fucking like swearing or whatever. Keeps on swearing for a while and then comes back. I am an engineer, and I know what you are telling me is wrong. I don't need any of that extra stuff. I've got a degree and you don't. I know what I'm talking about. You are just trying to make me spend more money. I'm inwardly debating whether to tell him where he can shove his degree and stopping myself telling that he could just fuck right off. I bit my tongue and said nothing while he continues on with his rant. Customer, I'm right. I know I just need. Wait a minute. Shit, you're right, aren't you? He ends up buying $700 on curtains and rods, as well as ordering another $700 worth of items before he leaves. Customer, I need to apologize for how I've been acting and what I've been saying. You really showed tolerance and handled yourself really well while I was being abusive. I know good customer relations because I work in customer relations. You are good. Thank you. Leaves smiling. Coworker, I'm sorry I stuck you with him. I couldn't handle him. I don't know how you did, and how did you do it? Me with a sore tongue. Coworker, huh? It was either bite my tongue or bite his head off. I figured my tongue was the less messy one. Nice. So there's your fucking horrific fucking reading by Polly Walnuts. Mercer. And this has been Metal Mercers Road for fucking April 26th, turned 32, I believe, which is how old I am. Look at that. And then the golden numbers of the podcast and the golden ages. Anyway, hope you're doing well. All the best to you and your families and your friends and your metal fucking bands. And I hope you have a fucking wonderful Wednesday, and hopefully the sun shows its face here soon. I'm sick of the snow. How about you? Keep on rocking it. Metal Mercers Road. Over and out. See you next time. See you next week. 4 days, motherfucker. Peace.